Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, what's good, everyone? Welcome to another Live Wire Sports Media. All right, the Indiana Fever put the beats down on the Phoenix Mercury, who just came off a back-to-back playing the Chicago Sky on Thursday night. But the Indiana Fever came out red hot in this game, red hot. And I'm telling you, I knew this was going to be a problem with the Phoenix Mercury with the back-to-back, starting out with Chicago and Indiana, because the way that the Chicago Sky played, I knew the Phoenix Mercury, the Indiana Fever was not going to play the same way, not at all, not say the least. And the thing about it is that they set the tone right out of the gate. They played fast. They ran the floor well. They executed really good. And, they exploded for 33 points in the first quarter, and the Mercury only had 16. Then they tied in the second quarter with 21 apiece because the Mercury started cutting down, hitting some shots. Down to Rossi, Kelly Cooper, Natasha Cloud started hitting some shots, making threes. They cut into that. And then by halftime, it was 54-37 at the half. And at one point, the game was up to the lead was up to 28. And then the third quarter hit. And the third quarter is a quarter that we watched the Indiana Fever all season do, get up big leads, and for some reason, the rotation, the substitution allows other teams to get back in. We've seen it against the Dallas Wings. We saw it against the Washington Mystics. So, therefore, how was this played out? Everything that Chrissy Sides preached during the break and the last couple of practice, everything she preached, how well this team was going to defend off, because they gave up a 28-point lead. And then they got down by 1. Then they end up pretty much taking the lead back. But it was the Mercury trailed 52-26 late in the second quarter and took a 62-61 lead going into with a three from Khalil Cooper, Khalil Coppermill in the third, but could not hold off the Fever run after that because they started clicking. Caitlin Clark came back in at the buzzer beater at the end of the third to Katie Lou Samuelson. You got Kelsey Mitchell contributing. Alyssa Thomas, Alyssa Smith, she was contributing. They had things clicking the way it needed to be in this game, because at the end of it, it was very, very important. You look at the stat line right now. Kelsey Mitchell had, and this is very important because we talk about certain things that Kelsey Mitchell lack of when it comes to rebounding and assists. She had 28 points, 37 minutes, 5 rebounds, something that we don't even see Kelsey Mitchell done. And this is a key point, because this has to be talked about for Kelsey Mitchell, because we could talk about Caitlin Clark, and I'll get to her in a minute, her game. But Kelsey Mitchell, for some reason, she paced herself. She got open, but it was a crucial moment in the game when Kelsey Mitchell snapped. Check it out.
He's on fast.
that moment right there when Kelsey Mitchell and Dusty Clark got into a little scuffle and had to be separated. And as you witnessed, Kelsey Mitchell didn't back down one bit. She did not back down one bit. She went toe to toe. And apparently, Tasha Cloud said after the game that her and Kelsey Mitchell are, they're good. They did embrace after the game as well. They're just competitors. But Kelsey Mitchell was like, hey, I'm not going to be a pushover. And you could tell that that's what the Phoenix Mercury does. They try to intimidate you by pushing you over, hard fouls, pushing you, shoving you. Brittany Griner does it to Aaliyah Boston all the time and trying to intimidate Aaliyah Boston. And kudos to Aaliyah Boston for not backing out. They don't do it to Caitlin as we thought it was going to happen the first matchup, but it wasn't. It was all love. So they don't mess with Caitlin too much. Khalil Copper got mad in the game because Caitlin gave a foul, but it was just a foul. But Khalil Copper, she's hot-headed like Kennedy Carter. They don't know how to. They're reactionary instead of playing within the play. You know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, Kelsey Mitchell, she played her behind off in this game. I mean, when you contribute 5 rebounds and 3 assists, because one of the assists was to, I believe, Katie Lou that hit a crucial 3. Not Katie Lou, but Lexi Hall that hit a crucial 3. Then she was 11 for 22 from the field. Then she was 6 for 13 from three-point land. She had 1 block, 1 turnover, and 3 fouls in that span. And her and Caitlin Clark combined for 10 out of 14 threes in the game. That means that backcourt was executing. They combined for 57 points together. While you had Aaliyah Boston, who had 14 points, 9 rebounds, almost had a double-double herself. Caitlin had a double-double with points and assists. You got Alyssa Smith had 9 rebounds, almost had a double-double. So you almost had 3 of your starters had double-doubles in the game. That probably would have been that might have been a record in itself. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to think, from the free throw line, Aaliyah Boston was perfect. Alyssa Smith from the free throw line, she was perfect. So they was hitting their free throws. Caitlin Clark missed 1. She was 9 for 10 from free throw line. So if you have to take your hats off of it. Even though Katie Lou only had 3 points, but she had played great defense. Now, I do want to get to Lexi Hall, because Lexi Hall, to me, I have to really give her, because she frustrated Khalil Copper. Even though Khalil Copper had 30-something points, but it's the way she got her 32 points. It wasn't like how she was freely getting it the night before. She had to work to get them points. See, it's one thing to say, oh, well, hey, she got 32 points. No, if you have to work to get them points, that means the defense is slowing you down at some point in time throughout the game and making you work hard, because she has to play defense. She has to play defense on Caitlin. She has to play defense on Lexi, and she has to play defense on Kelsey Mitchell. But if anybody think that Kelsey Mitchell, and we all did a video of this a couple of days ago, if anybody think that Kelsey Mitchell is going to lead the Indiana Fever, then you got another thing coming. I think they're going to do whatever it takes to pay Kelsey Mitchell and keep her there, because Kelsey Mitchell came out and made a statement, and she knows that she's going into free agent. And I think she's not going to get the money that she deserves anywhere else. I just don't think that. I think the Fever is in a position to pay her, but they're going to have to cut off Erica Wheeler and Christy Waller's contract. That's the only way they're going to have to pay her. And I think Caitlin will want her there, because you got to think about it. Caitlin will have to build a relationship and continuity with another person. It's easy to have that core in there with her, but then bring some other pieces on the bench to push a little bit further. This team is built to win games. And the more they get acclimated with each other, it's going to be great. Because you can think about it. You can afford to pay Kelsey Mitchell because the fact of the matter is you still got Leah Boston and Caitlin Clark on rookie contracts. And then you can still be able to cut 2 or 3 people off your roster and then bring in some other pieces, especially for bench play and maybe a starter play. But Kelsey Mitchell said tonight, I'm going to make y'all notice me. If y'all haven't noticed her before, you notice her now. She's playing the best basketball coming out of the second break. Is by far. Like I said, Caitlin Clark and her is the best dude. They the best backcourt in the league. The best backcourt. Because you get to see both of them got hot in this game. Caitlin was on fire the first half. By halftime, she had 16 points already. She already had 5 assists at that span. She was hitting threes. I think she had 3 threes at that time. She set the tone. Caitlin set the tone and paced the game. And everybody else just fall in line and contribute and score when they needed to. And when Kelsey Mitchell got cooking, Caitlin let her cook. You know what I'm saying? When Caitlin was cooking, they let her cook. When Melissa was cooking, they let her cook. You know, so, but I do want to go back to something. Chrissy Sides got to figure out her rotation. She cannot allow Leah Boston and Caitlin Clark to sit out when you have a big lead. When you see your lead is being cut down, that's when you really have to get your best players back into the game. You don't care who minutes you cut. You have to do that because it starts to bleed in fast. Because you seen Donovan Rossi hit a 3 in the corner. You seen Sophia Cunningham was hitting threes. You seen all of this stuff. Now, the Indiana Fever and the Phoenix Mercury, the Fever shot 46% from the field, 42% for the Mercury. They both shot 39% from three-point land. They both was the 14 for 36. That's not bad because that's how the Mercury got back in the game, by hitting threes. Natasha Cloud was on fire. She was hitting her shots along with, because it was between her and Kalia Copper. And then you got to think about it. Don Taurasi started chipping in a little bit here and there. So if you look at the numbers, Taurasi has 16 points. She didn't even have that the last 2 meetings. And then Cunningham, she hit threes, and it was just 2 of them. Natasha Cloud had 19, and then BG had 10 points. But like I said, she was not going to get that 20-point game tonight because the Indiana Pacers is built differently than the Chicago Sky. Indiana likes to run. Chicago don't run like that. So it's easy for the Mercury to set up against them and play and beat them interiorly. But you can't do that with the Indiana Fever. And then you got Lexi Hall contributing with 6 points, 2 big threes. She was 2 for 3 from the 3-point line. Then, Dantas came in. She gave 2 points. She missed some shots. She was over. She was ineffective today. But the open looks that she did get was good shots. She just got to knock them down. Once she started knocking them down, it's like I say, they start hitting their shots from outside. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Now, Caitlin did talk about, within 6 minutes of the game, she needed a break. She needed a breather just to gather herself. There's a lot of people who say, Tracy giving Caitlin a break early, but Caitlin requested that because she needed to get a blow, because they haven't played basketball, so you're going to be a little bit more winded than normal playing in the game. So take a listen.
I called for a sub 6 minutes in, being honest. I was like, holy cow. I think it was like around 7 minutes in, I called for a sub. I was like, I need a quick minute here because we were playing fast and then my defense isn't as good. So it's kind of a liability for my team. So just gotta get a second to breathe. So, but yeah, I mean, getting back in game shape has been, I think, pretty easy. I mean, we've been competing really hard in practice and playing versus our guys live. We've had refs come in basically, I think, 5 different times, and we've been playing live. We've just been scrimmaging, and that's the best way to stay in basketball shape is just play live basketball, but obviously it's going to be really hard to replicate a real game. So it felt good to get back out there.
All right, you heard that. And so now she got that little breather, and they don't play again until Sunday when they play the Seattle Storm, who lost against the Washington Mystics. So that's going to be a little interesting game. I think the thing about the Indiana Fever, they like Jewel Lloyd always has a good game against it. Enrique plays well against it. They got to find out how to stop them scores like that. Khalil Copper, Chinny Carter, all of them. If they stop playing a little bit more tougher with the Seattle Storm, I think they'll beat them. So now the rest of the stat line is they both had high turnovers. Mercury with 11 and the Fever with 10. Plus you had assists, 16 assists. The Indiana Fever had 23. 10 of them was by you know who. And then 4 blocks to 3. They got the Mercury had 7 steals to 4. They both had 17 personal fouls, and there was 3 technical fouls in the game. 1 by Natasha Cloud, 1 by Darren Taurasi, 1 by BG, and I think Khalil Copper, had technical fouls. So, and they the most technical foul team in the league by far. So, they also talked about, after the game, Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark, they talked about, playing within the rhythm, playing fast, and how it is to play with each other and everything like that. And you could tell that I think Kelsey Mitchell wants to be there. I think playing on any other team, she's going to be able to shoot, but sometimes if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And like I said in my last video, is that because a person goes into free agency, that does not mean that they're going to lead the team. They just want to explore other options, see how much will they get paid. You know what I'm saying? And that's just basically it right there. So I'm gonna let y'all listen to what they have to say, and then I'm gonna come back in with closing arguments.
That's combined for 57 tonight. So for both of you, how have you felt about your improvement playing off of each other from the start of the season till now?
I enjoy it. I just think, basketball is a language. You gotta get on the same page with your counterparts. And I think, me and C-Square like to play a certain way and that's fast and up tempo. And so I'm going to always align, based on how she's playing and how the game is going. And I don't know, I'm just going to take it in stride because I enjoy it. So I'm with it.
Yeah, I think we've gotten a lot better just like understanding each other as we're playing the game, looking for each other when each other's hot. Like Kels got hot there, made a few in a row. So you're just looking to find her. I think in transition, especially the way she runs the floor with her speed, I'm always got my eyes up trying to look to find her. And I think she can tell like when I want her to go back door, when I want her to come cut off the ball or anything like that. And just that chemistry that you get used to playing with one another. It's taken time, but I think we're really starting to get it down.
So there you have it. And I think what I'm about to say is very, very important is that I think Kelsey Mitchell realized that playing with Caitlin Clark is very beneficial for her and for her career. She could continue to make All-Stars. She could play for championship. This team is going to add pieces. To me, I don't think going somewhere else, you got to do what's best for yourself. But if I was Kelsey Mitchell, I'd be like, you know what? I'm playing with the best point guard, the best player in the league right now. And that's no slight to Asia Wilson. But Caitlin Clark by far is the best player in the league. She's the best guard in the league. She's Rookie of the Year. There ain't no debate. I don't care what other channel's talking about, saying that it's not over yet. It is over. It's been over for a long time. There's nothing Angel Reese could do to really get the Rookie of the Year, because the fact of the matter is her game is not as comparable or completely as Caitlin Clark. I'm not saying Angel Reese is not a good player. That's not what I'm saying. But when you see the things that Caitlin Clark do on the court, there ain't no damn way in hell that Angel Reese could do the same thing. She doesn't score 20 points a game. She don't even score 17 points a game. You know, and it's sad that the announcers, even in the Indiana game, realize it. Then you got announcers over there in the Connecticut Sun and in Wayne's game talking about Caitlin Clark. So this is where you have to distinguish fact from fiction. And the thing about it is that this race been over. Now I'm gonna tell you what race is going to get close is that MVP race, because I think right now if Caitlin Clark continues to go on a tear that she is right now through everything, I will bet money that she would take it from Asia Wilson. Now, because if Asia Wilson, now she just have to continue to perform at a high level, you know, throughout. But if she start having some stumbling games where she's struggling, and Caitlin continue to catch fire the way she is, I think Caitlin will take it from her. You know, and there's only been one rookie, and that's Candace Parker that won MVP and Rookie of the Year in the same year. So, hey, that's something to keep a watch out on. Now, some fun facts and stats before I close out. Caitlin Clark continues to make history with her first game back. She was the first rookie in WWE, first person in WNBA history to record 50-plus points and 25-plus assists over a 2-game span. That's 53 points and 29 assists. And, you know, she had 19 the last game they played. And then 19 points the last time she played. Then she's tied the record for 25 points, 10 assists a game in a single season. And the second most 20-plus points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists game in a single season ever. And rookie record, she's the only player with 2 25 and 10 assist games. And there was only one rookie that had one of them. And I believe that's Diana Taurasi. So, KD from Twitter said Caitlin Clark scored 29 and 10 against a team with 3 Olympians, and they still arguing about Rookie of the Year. Kate is in an MVP talks. Rookie of the Year is not even a conversation at this point, and which I agree. It's not at this point. It's just to me, it's not even an argument anymore. You know, it's not even an argument. But I do believe this is that if Chicks Dig Scars podcast on Twitter, he also said, and instead of going for a bucket and getting a career high in points, Caitlin Clark dribbled out the shot clock and turned the ball over. Just saying Reese nuts jobs, saying that, hey, instead of trying to break a record, she drove the clock out and lived for another day. Saying what they were doing with Reese in her couple of games back with Atlanta and all of them, you know, they kept trying to score and make sure she get a double-double and all of that stuff. So, I think Rebecca Lobo tweeted something also. I don't know what she tweeted. She tweeted something I was trying to look for. Pretty much. That's not it right there. Please. Well, Clark reported Caitlin Clark tonight. She had 29 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds with a 70% TS. So I think she had 69 TS at halftime. So the thing about it is that this could have been a really bad game, but it turned out to be a really good game. Because for the simple fact is that the team held together when the Mercury made their run. When the Mercury made their run, the team, You know, they lost the lead, and they came right back in. They took the lead and continue to put pressure. And this is where a young team like this is starting to understand, hey, let's continue to stay at our own pace. Do what we do. You know, don't fold. Because it was a bit easy for them to fold and not win this game. And then the press would have beat them up so badly and beat Christie Size up. Now, like I said, Christie Size still has to continue to figure out her rotation. She has to figure it out. Because you cannot allow Leah Boston and Caitlin Clark to sit on the bench for a long period of time, especially if you are almost by 30 points. You can't get that away. So, great game. Fever played Storm on Sunday at 3:30, which that would be a televised game, another record-breaking game. I hate to say it, but we definitely gonna see what the numbers is in either tomorrow or the next couple of days about on Ion, because guess what? There was another game on Ion playing at the same time, and that was let me see what team was that? The Atlanta Dream and the Seattle Storm. So that game was on Ion as well, which was a good game. But we already know who the marquee team is. So until then, guys, Livewire Sports Media, I'm out. You know what it is.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Livewire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Livewire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.